Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a very long time since I've made a video. I'm quite regular on my TikTok page, making videos about day-to-day financial news, what's happening in the finance world. And I've just finished up a meeting heading to North London Enfield. I'm on the A406 at the moment, and just decided to make a video and talk about MAS, which is the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and how to secure a banking, insurance, any financial services regulatory license. So MAS in Singapore is the equivalent of FCA here in the UK. And if you're in the business of dealing with financial securities, money management, banking, and any sort of industry that requires regulatory approval, and Singapore being one of the robust financial centers, just like London, New York, Tokyo, you require a Monetary Authority of Singapore license to be able to conduct any regulated activity. So in this particular scenario, the meeting I just finished up with, I met up with a client. I am going to incorporate his Singaporean entity, and he will be utilizing that Singaporean entity to conduct his Singaporean division, the Southeast Asian division of the business, using that entity. And by using this particular mechanism of utilizing that Singaporean entity, he will be dealing with securities. His company will be dealing with financial securities, bonds specifically, and that requires regulatory approval. So therefore, he'll be applying for a banking license, capital markets license. So to secure a license, the application itself is not that complicated. But in terms of the requirements, you need to incorporate a local entity. So that's box number 1 to be ticked, which is the Singaporean entity. Along with that, you require a physical office with some employees. So basically, it cannot just be a shell company. It has to be a company. It has to be an entity that is doing some sort of activity, that is conducting trading, conducting business, in that utilizing that particular entity. Along with that, you need a CEO with minimum of 10 years of experience in that particular field, in that field of domain. So if you're looking to get a regulatory approval license in banking and capital markets, you require a CEO with at least 10 years of experience in that particular field. So in M&A, bond market, in capital markets, DCM, ECM, so on and so forth. You require a CEO with at least 10 years of experience. Along with that, that CEO has to be a resident, not just a tax resident, but also physically resident in Singapore itself to qualify. You require a minimum of 10 employees. Now that's a hit and miss. Sometimes the regulators require that, sometimes they don't. But however, you do require a physical office, a CEO with at least 10 years of experience. It is good. It will support the application if that company is being used to conduct local businesses and you're hiring local staff. So basically, the Singaporean government, what they're trying to deduce from the fact is that there is some sort of activity happening and you're bringing any contribution to the local economy, to the local Singaporean economy. So they're not just handing out free licenses. These are the main requirements. Along with that, the application itself is that it will help, it will assist if you are regulated in any other market. So for example, my client, he's from Canada. He is conducting business in Canada, in the UK, in the US for the last 40 years. So he has a very high chances of succeeding because he has been regulated. He has been conducting regulated activities in UK, USA, so on and so forth. So he has all the necessary boxes ticked in that particular domain. So along with the application, the process itself takes anywhere from 6 to 12 months. It's a case-by-case approach from the local government, from the local authorities. There's no way to streamline the process and no way to basically expedite the process. It takes what it takes. Pre-COVID, it was anywhere from 6 to 9 months. Post-COVID, there's a lot of applications. So therefore, because of Singapore being a robust financial center, a lot of companies want to relocate there and start conducting businesses there. Therefore, it can take up to 12 months. So with our partner law firm in Singapore, with other clients that I've worked with in the past, the process has taken anywhere from 9 to 12 months on average. That's what I say, give or take a rough time frame for this particular process in Singapore. So let's just deduce the fact that you need a CEO who's a resident in Singapore with at least 10 years of experience. It would streamline the process if you have a regulatory license from anywhere else, such as London, New York, Tokyo. Core shareholders of that particular business have relevant experience in the particular field of expertise in the particular license that they're applying for. Post 2008, we live in such a highly regulated financial world, or in general, just overall the way capital markets operate. There is a certain strict criteria, admission criteria, that one must adhere to when applying for the MAS license in Singapore. And you'll have to show your risk assessment of your core activities of the business. Any particular company that is applying for the license, if they're a pretty much young company, a new company with relatively young staff or inexperienced staff, and by young staff I mean any staff that have less than, let's say, 10 years of experience in that particular industry, regulated industry, it's going to be quite difficult to secure that license. If you can show a certain amount of experience, certain amount of expertise of dealing with financial instruments and financial securities across multiple regions, multiple borders, multiple industries, therefore it's going to aid the process. And along with the risk control system, the compliance, along with meeting the necessary financial capital requirements, and one also has to show the business plan and the projected business intended activities going forward once you have secured that MAS license. So let's say you get a MAS license, and if you fail to conduct business in that particular location, such as Singapore as we're talking about now, that is going to be very, very risky going forward when you go to renew that license, because then the application will be rejected purely on the basis that no financial activities or no activities or business activities were conducted during the course of that license period. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is basically the gist of the requirements for applying of a MAS license in Singapore. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me via social media. The details are given in the description below. Via email, again, the details are in the description below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. If you're looking to secure a MAS license in Singapore, please do let me know. We'll be more than happy at UMESCO to assist you with the process of getting that license. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to this video.